I'm going to take you through a lot of cloud terms that are essential to be understood at the very onset of your cloud learning. I have seen many beginners jumping directly working on cloud while they are still struggling on basic concepts. In today's video, we are going to learn about some of the very important cloud terms, explain the distribution of responsibilities between you and the cloud providers in the context of IaaS, PaaS and SaaS. Last episode, I gave you an overview of IaaS or infrastructure as a service, PaaS, platform as a service and SaaS, which is software as a service. And in this episode, I present to you a different perspective and compare each of these cloud computing models side by side, and we will also understand how they are different from the on-premises data centers. Coming to this example on the very left, you can see major layers with different components used to build any data center. At the very bottom of this layer, you can see that we have storage, network and servers. As we move up in the list, we start to shift our focus from hardware layers to the software ones. Now the next important layer is virtualization. That virtualization is a technology that stimulates hardware functionality to create software-based IT services like application, servers, storage and networks. On top of virtualization layer, we have operating systems like Windows or Linux, middleware, runtime, and then we have our application layer that primarily consists of database and the front-end application. So when it comes to your on-premises data center, it is your responsibility or the company's responsibility to maintain all these layers and all these components. In contrast to this, when we move from on-premises to the cloud solution, the very first choice for most is IaaS or infrastructure as a service. Now here you can see the bottom four layers, the responsibility to maintain or procure new storage devices, create networks, setting up servers, and in fact virtualization is now the responsibility of cloud providers like Azure, GCP or AWS. The beauty of IaaS or cloud is that you or your company is now free from big responsibilities of setting up huge data centers. You can offload this responsibility to a cloud provider and focus more on the solution or the application. So basically, you focus more on what operating system is needed, or maybe you decide on middleware or runtime needed to run your database or host your application. Your focus is now on more productive tasks for your business, and you pass the mundane and heavy activities of creating and maintaining data centers to the cloud provider. So life is getting better and less complex as we move deeper to the cloud solution. Now let's check out the PaaS or platform as a service. Now here you can see that you or the company, you just now need to focus on your data and your application. Here in the PaaS, you can see that the cloud providers delivers the hardware and software tools to the users over the internet, and you as an end user use them for your application development and pay for it. Perfect. So what about SaaS? Well, as per the definition, SaaS is software licensing and delivery model in which software is licensed on a subscription basis and is centrally hosted. SaaS is also known as on-demand software or web-based software or web-hosted software as well. To make it simple to understand, let me give you an example. Have you ever used Gmail? Yes, you heard me right. Gmail is an example of SaaS or software as a service. So ask yourself what exactly you manage in Gmail. Do you know which server it is hosted on? Or what is the underlying hardware? Where is the database? What is the middleware or the runtime? Well, I'm sure like me, you don't know it either, unless someone of you has the insider knowledge. So in case of Gmail, we are not bothered about any of these details. In fact, this is the beauty of SaaS. Use it, consume it, and that's all what you need to care about SaaS solutions. It's just like a pizza that is delivered at your home. You don't know where it was baked. How was the pizza dough made? What is the exact making process? All you care about is the taste, and of course, you just pay for it. For a better understanding, let me share some examples. Here you can see that in IaaS, we have Microsoft Azure Virtual Machines, Amazon EC2 and Google Compute Engine. Then in the PaaS side, we have Azure Kubernetes Services, AWS Lambda and Google App Engine. And lastly, we have SaaS, which contains services like Gmail, Slack and Microsoft Office 365. Now that you have some examples of each computing model from all of the three major cloud providers, give yourself a chance to read more on each and understand them better. Many of these will be covered in the subsequent parts. And yes, do not forget to subscribe to the Tech Blackboard YouTube channel for more such career building videos both on Microsoft Azure and Amazon AWS.